roll a little better than that
Hey,
today.
Oh, yes.
Let's go.
Did I?
Yeah,
My
you
screen
got-
is frozen.
You got the pocket 20 for this session.
Hell yeah. I can't even see
Drama,
it, but
combat,
okay.
and nostalgia.
Hello, everybody. It's your boy Fat Jolly Guy. We are back for this week's episode 11 of Edge of the Map D&D Homebrew campaign. I am joined, as always, by our friends here, Slow-Mo 21, Joe
Hey-o.
Cool, Mr. and Mrs. Non-Clutch, and then not to be least or last or whatever, however that saying goes, but Terry from work.
What is up?
How's everybody doing? Did y'all have a good week? I haven't talked to any of you hardly about D&D since the last episode.
Yeah.
I had a great week.
Meh.
No,
I mean,
actually, I had
work.
a pretty shitty week, to be honest. But yesterday was pretty good. We went to the fair. That
Well,
was nice.
Nice.
There you go.
hopefully everybody, a little bit of D&D is just what the heart needs, you know?
It
Amen.
absolutely is.
When we last played, last Sunday, Nellis and Captain Yuri had broken out of prison, but they did not leave empty-handed. One of the many trinkets that they were able to pull out of the jail, out of the prison, out of the depths of the dungeon of the castle, was a crown of cosmic wisdom, a mythic artifact, which I have notes for now because I'm a real DM. It's a wondrous item, rarity epic, a magnificent headpiece forged in simmering stardust and adorned with intricate constellations. When worn, grants the wearer unparalleled insight into the mysteries of the universe, unlocking the secrets of magic and the cosmos. As the group talked amongst themselves, filling each other in on their various adventures while they were away from one another, Nellis decided to take it upon himself to fashion show his new piece of jewelry. Unbeknownst to him of any magical intrinsicness of it, it absorbed Nellis's brain, leaving him almost mindless, wandering around the house. With a mighty strength check from Vesper, he was able to pry the crown from Nellis's head, returning him to his normal state. Moon quick to bring his clothes to Nellis, as he was not clothed at the time. Vesper and Damien knew that they could take this to the Spy Master and perhaps get some idea of what to do with such an artifact. And this basically, the Spy Master gave them the long and short of it. They needed to get the hell out of Eighth Year's Landing with that, because it was going to paint nothing but a bad target on their back. And he gave them the location of a black market for which they might be able to fence said wondrous item. The party boarded the airship, fully repaired, functioning 100%. The gale wind looking better than ever, as they set off on an adventure far away from Eighth Year's Landing. Aboard the ship, the crew reflected on their time in Eighth Year's Landing, all that had happened and all that they had done. Some becoming very emotional. Others just contemplating their place in the universe. You're about halfway through your trip now. The airship is holding firm. The clouds are soft against the ship in your face when you're on the upper deck. And everything is going beautifully. No poor wind or weather anywhere in sight. The crystal blue gleaming sea of the Sword Coast lie below you as the cliffs look but just like the edge, the crust of what could be the world pie, for lack of better phrasing. And that is where we will pick up, halfway through our day's travel, to a town that supposedly has a black market in it. as night turns to day. You've all had the opportunity to kind of get yourself well rested, fed, and all that. So make sure you all click that long rest.
Also, I gave everybody a lucky.
Oh shit.
Start the day off right.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot about Nellis. There you go, Jolly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody gets a lucky.
All right. On the pre-roll, Miss Clutch, you rolled a natural 20 in the pre-roll. That means you get a pocket
Let's go.
20 for this session to use at any time of your choosing, but it has to be used in this session or you lose it, okay?
All right. Good deal.
As the ship is sailing peacefully without a care in sight, is there anything anyone would like to do to start the day off?
Stranger also needs a long rest.
Stranger
Yes,
does
I'm
need a
good with
long
Stranger.
rest.
Because he lost to the Despin.
Slow, I also sent you a lucky, my dude.
I appreciate that, my friend.
Since you were so nice to send everybody else a lucky. Thank you for using your channel points. Stranger. Long rest.
Oh,
There he
may I
goes.
ask the DM, what time of day is it at this point?
It's morning. So when you left Aethir's Landing, it was evening getting into nighttime when you guys took off. So you've been sailing almost all night without any issues, and dawn is breaking.
All right, so if that's the case, I'd like to move myself down there. Oh, I can't.
That's right.
Oh,
Where
is
do
it
you want to?
different?
Lomo also gets a D8.
Oh, thank you.
All
I
right.
was gonna just be next to Damien in the bunkin.
Yeah, to move between levels, you have to let me know because I'll have to use my my DM skills to do whatnot. Is there anybody else that would like to be positioned for today's events? Somewhere about the ship.
Not at the moment.
Is would this be our mock kitchen? I would assume.
Yes, that is the kitchen, the galley. There is a stove just on the other side of the wall.
Perfect.
Can you move me? Can you move me like right here, please?
Yeah.
Is this?
You can move yourself
and
on
this
the
a
same
door?
deck you're already on. You just can't move between decks without telling me because I'll have
Are
to.
these two doors here?
When I
Yeah,
was,
those are doors.
Okay.
When I was right here, I got wall blocked.
Okay.
That's why I asked.
I'll have to look at that wall. Maybe I'll just flare it out a little bit to make it a little easier.
Boom.
There. Okay.
Beautiful.
Captain Yuri, where are you at this point?
At this point, Yuri is probably going to be back with Nellis.
Okay.
Aw.
Yoink.
Aw.
I'm gonna move Stranger below deck. He'll be sitting on one of these couches.
So he can nurse his wounds.
Well, I mean, nighttime has come. He needed a place to crash, and it's not like we have a hammock for him on the gale wind.
I feel like he'd sit up in the crow's nest and sleep up there, you know?
You know what? That's pretty fair. Why don't we do that? He probably crawled up top. Go ahead and put him up there. Moon, where would you have been right now?
I'd position myself up at the top deck.
Okay. All right. With all of our cast and characters in position, is there anything you all would like to do?
Yeah,
Yes.
I created like a little floral scenery with like kind of like a synthetic garden. Not synthetic, but I created a garden, so to speak, around my little area,
Okay.
so I can do my morning yoga.
There you go.
Feel as if I was on the ground and at home. So right now, Moria is meditating and doing her daily routine.
Fair enough. Moon, what are you doing?
I'm just looking about,
Just taking it in. The scenery, huh?
just taking it in. Moon's never been in the air.
Right?
This is wild to her.
Yuri's just going to be back.
Quit talking to
with,
chat. You're causing my cameraman to yeet himself all over the place.
But yeah, Yuri's just going to be back here.
Damn it.
All right, my bad.
All right.
Young Mooney says, "Jolly, what's up?"
What up? What up? All right. Yuri is back here.
Yeah, Yuri's back with Nellis, just trying to get a grasp of, how this thing works and whatnot. Because, I mean, Yuri is a captain, so he would be rather interested in this.
Yeah, because airships don't fly quite like a sea ship. They got zero turn capabilities.
Right.
Hard stops, pivots, dives, all controlled through the helm, which isn't like your standard ship helm either. Yeah, it's got a ship's helm, and that helps with the lazy lefts to rights. But I mean, it also has levers for ups and downs. I mean, and all sorts of contraptions strapped onto this helm.
Right.
So it's definitely a little different to Captain Yuri's eyes. Vesper and Damien, what are you guys doing down below deck?
I
I'm still
am
really
assuming
loud.
I'm just waking up and, I'm trying to talk to Carter.
Hey, you wanted something?
Carter,
Yeah.
good morning.
Well, this is
What would you like to
bedtime.
do to start your first adventure?
I don't know, man. Wherever you go, I go. So, you do you.
Well, I want to make sure your first adventure is good and right. But doesn't seem like anybody is awake. I don't feel like going up top yet. So, why don't we play a little bit of music? Oh boy, I can't remember which one of these is the correct one.
Do the green one.
Okay.
So it'll be /play.
Yep.
And then, yeah, the green one, and then whatever your track is going to be. And then I'll mute the... It should play. Perfect. It works. I like when things work.
Right?
Oh,
And
you're
always,
singing too.
Okay, yeah, no.
yeah, no
No,
singing
you have
unless
to
you're
stop it.
actually
I
going to
can't
sing with
even
it.
stop it. I can't even stop it. Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you know what it is that you wanted to play?
Damien,
I just didn't put the piano version.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, piano version. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hearing the notes on the piano. Oh man, that was actually quite pleasant. As I attempt to roll out of this hammock that I've never been in. So we are going to performance roll my ass out of this thing. And exactly what I wanted.
Yes, beautifully.
It's going to wrap me up, and all you hear is the thud. Yeah. Oh, I got to learn how to get out of these things.
As all of a sudden I kind of just like missed my note real quick, like what the fuck was that?
Oh man. Oh. Brush myself off. Oh gosh. Good morning, Damien.
Good morning, cousin. How did you sleep?
I slept great, but getting out of that thing, I don't know how you did it. I just banged my knee. Fell right out of that thing. Oh, yes. How about some bean water?
Yes, please. I mean, I'm a little parched this morning.
Not my best brew, but it'll work.
Yeah, I mean, you're on a ship. You're on a ship, you know, it's an unfamiliar kitchen, you know, you're dealing with the gentle sway of the ship. Just maybe dump some of the grounds onto the floor by accident, you know, kick them with your foot, you know.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to be the best coffee, the best bean water I've ever made, but it should do the trick. Be ready in about 5 minutes.
I do need to wake up a little more. Hopefully this little song will get my blood flowing.
Keep jamming, cousin, keep jamming.
Aye.
Grab some cups off the rack, bring it over, start messing around. Now I'm just looking through, I'm just debating on what kind of ingredients we have for breakfast. what we came with. I don't know what we came with. Hey!
Ooh.
With a 24, you find yourself in a very well-stocked pantry. So...
Seems like we may have the works here, cousin. What would you like me to make?
Oh, just whip something up. But throw in some bacon, please. If we have it, please tell me we have it.
With a 19, do we have bacon?
You do in fact have bacon.
Cool.
Another little side note. Did we already stock everything that Gideon gave us?
Yes.
In the pantry?
I would say that happened sometime in the behind the scenes between episodes, you know. Stocked all the goodness. That's probably why you have bacon, is because it probably came out of Gideon's stash.
That beautiful man.
You can always count on Gideon hooking us up. As I start getting the bacon together, I'm gonna start. Got my little tray of goodies. As I'm gonna just walk over to the stove, and then I will performance our food.
Ooh, that 3 was right there.
It was almost unedible, but
with a 19, with a 19 on breakfast, you are able to make a hearty breakfast, good enough to give to give anyone who partakes of it 8 temporary health points.
I will take. So basically, breakfast is hash browns, bacon, with scrambled eggs, with a little bit of cheese on top.
Oh, beautiful! Kind of like in a bowl. Tasty.
Oh yeah, like a breakfast bowl.
Yeah, buddy, I like it.
And then I'm gonna bring it all to the table here with some makeshift syrup of the maple variety, and a bottle of ketchup sauce, which is or tomato sauce, which is ketchup.
There you go.
So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy. I'm gonna be in this chair over here, enjoying my breakfast and bean water.
Thank you, cousin. Oh yes. You burnt the bacon a little. You know me so well.
Just a few pieces, just for you, cousin. I tend to be on the chewier side, so we have a nice mix of bacon for everybody. You know, sometimes the ladies of the party, we don't really know what they like, so
Yuri,
mixture, but
while the breakfast was cooking, You would have been the closest to the galley. Go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if Yuri can smell breakfast.
Yeah, I was about to go upstairs too.
Oh yeah, he can smell the breakfast cooking.
Nellis, it smells like the others are awake. Someone's cooking breakfast. Do you want anything?
Yeah, let me throw this in here on autopilot here. As Nellis starts flipping levers and turning a crank.
Hi, breakfast is ready.
That ought to keep her straight.
Speaking of,
But Damien, I was enjoying our silence.
Ah,
Enjoy
yes.
music.
But
Maybe I'll take on the keys for a bit.
feel free, cousin. But don't feel like you have to do too much work. You did make this breakfast.
Terry, what were you gonna hit?
I was just saying, speaking of hearing them yell for breakfast. So I was gonna start heading down.
All right. So we'll go ahead and I'll drop Yuri on the second floor. Hey, Moon, you coming down for breakfast?
You bet I am.
All right. Stranger, you awake?
Yeah, I'm here. You got breakfast, you said? I hope you got some bean water.
Val, you normally don't partake of the breakfast, especially when it's of the meaty variety. Will you be coming to the second floor if nothing more than for conversation and coffee?
Yep, but I will have some tea.
There you go. I'll drop
There
you
is
on
a
the
pot
second
brewing
deck.
as well. Didn't find the song you queued. What?
Hey, you guys happen to have any fruit, any fresh fruit made, or?
Let me take a look, Val.
All right, so that added to that queue. All right. No biggie.
I haven't seen a bunch of vegetables, but no fruit.
That'll be fun.
Too many songs.
Hopefully, if we go into town today, or we stop somewhere, we'll find some vegetables. I need some fruit.
Yeah, I was only able to find some veggies.
Thanks for those.
Nellis is going to make him a bowl of breakfast, though, for sure.
Valmoria is just going to go over to the couch and kind of lay down, like swing one leg up, her back in the corner.
Well, Moria, do you like the music we're playing?
It's
It's quite elegant, but sort of my
It's one of my
selection.
favorites. By a famous artist named Soul King.
Oh.
Does Yuri find anything else over there that Valmora might like that Nellis might have missed, Jolly?
Oh, yeah. Yuri, with your height advantage, the vegetables, for whatever reason, are like up on the top shelf. Or the fruits and that kind of stuff are up on the top shelf. Nellis just couldn't see him.
Gotcha. Valmora,
Yes.
we do indeed have some vegetable or fruit if you're wanting some. And I'm just gonna reach up and grab the basket and just kind of hold it down for her.
So have some. These salmon, nothing in there.
Yeah, whatever you're wanting for breakfast, it's probably in there. It's a well-stocked pantry, so.
All right, well, I'll have some watermelon, or I'll have a little bit of mangoes. Thank you very much, Captain Yuri. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Gonna go ahead and set it back up on the shelf and go grab my breakfast.
And for that, Valmoria is going to give Captain Yuri 1 gold. She'll reach in her pocket and she'll hand it straight on out to Captain Yuri.
Oh, yeah. So that would have, or yeah, I would have needed payment for that.
Uh-huh.
So.
She
Yuri's
understands the
gonna-
assignment a little bit.
Yep. She's gonna.
Look at me.
Yuri's just gonna smile. Splendid. Thank you.
He's a cleric that requires gratuity. Nellis with both of his paws in his food. This is good, guys. Just making a mess of himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I cooked, so you better be doing the cleaning, Nellis.
what?
You're making the most mess.
Valmoria, she's gonna eat her breakfast, but she's gonna save the seeds. She's gonna save the mango seed and the watermelon seeds, and she's gonna put them in her bag.
Moon, how about you?
I am definitely scarfing my face right now.
All right. If anybody is partaking with any type of breakfast, give yourself 8 temporary health points. So we'll pop 8 on Stranger, because he definitely has a bowl of breakfast and some coffee.
Yo, yo.
Thanks, breakfast boys.
Ah, definitely. The coffee's okay. Could do better there, but...
Let's see it, Damien. Your turn now.
My extra health
Yes.
isn't showing.
Let's see. Oh, that is because you don't put it in your hit point. You put it, actually click the temporary area and put it there.
Temporary area, where's that?
Yeah, so when you're looking at your character sheet, you'll see right underneath you'll see current or temporary HP. And then
Oh, I see it
plus
now.
max.
That's how we put it.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. I didn't even know that was a spot.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, pal.
No problem. All right. Everybody's had a chance to get some breakfast, to get some coffee in them, to eat their fruits and teas for breakfast. Well, I guess we should address the elephant in the room. As Nellis takes the crown out and sets it on the table in front of everybody.
Do you have it, or does Damien have it?
Nellis had it, as far as I knew.
Well, Damien and I took
brought
it
it
to the
with
stranger.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, it's out on the table.
It's out on the table. Whoever has it, put it on the table. Let's put it that way. I guess we should address the elephant in the room.
As I hand the crown to Esper.
It's a pretty thing, ain't it?
As I put it down right where this gold, the lantern is, that's right here. Yes, it's quite vexing.
So this is the cause of all your problems, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say all of my problems, but it is
Well,
definitely a cause of some, you know.
current problems. You know, you could just melt it down, have the gold and the diamonds, and rid it of all the magic for all the people who want it, you know?
I wonder if we could melt it into a weapon of sorts.
Weapon's always nice, but that white gold it's made of would never hold up well.
Yes. Quite true, quite true. Nellis, what do you think? It is, after all, your crown.
Yeah, well,
Either way, we get the gold, and we get rid of quite a magical item.
that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. Maybe maybe it's an option we keep. If we see what the black market kind of looks like when we get there, maybe we get more for the whole thing, you know? The magic is what makes it worthwhile.
I think that it might
Black
be best
market.
if Valmora keeps it while in the market.
Black market? Hold on, wait. Did I miss something?
Well done, Damien. Quite beautiful.
I mean,
thank
I
you.
thought that was the reason we left Atheos, was we were going to take this crown and go sell it
Get rid of it.
on this black market or whatever, because that's what Damien's spy friend in the sewer said.
I'm just
he
joshing with
did.
it. I was just
No.
joshing. I just like the way you say
God.
black market.
Oh, man. Oh. Oh.
Jesus, Joe.
I just about said some fucking racist shit that I would. Oh goodness, can't have that. Oh god.
well, you
Joe,
all...
way to keep me on my toes always and forever,
I
bud.
know, right? Well, you all enjoy your breakfast. I'm gonna go scout the areas upstairs.
Vespa, you can't leave right now. We're talking about this thing. I want your input.
Oh, all right, all right.
Listen, we all know that it's freaking super magic. And there was something that Damien said yesterday. That our enemies would be looking for it. If we sell this thing, then what keeps them from just going and getting it from them? As long as we have it, it's ours, you know? We can at least fight for it.
But do we have what it takes to take on these extraordinary beings?
I mean, that's fair too. Lord knows if the angels
It could be
descend or
celestials.
the
I mean, look at what happened
devils
to the
from
rat.
Avernus come and take it, you know? No offense, Yuri. As since you're a tiefling.
You're just gonna kind of wave it off like, no offense, taken.
Although, if a celestial does come, I could try and talk to it.
Well, I you know what? A second thing, you know, to say what Stranger was talking about. Even if we do destroy it, who's to say that it's not like magically warded to keep itself from being destroyed? It is supposedly like a font of infinite wisdom, right?
Aye.
Too true, too true.
So maybe it's smart enough to keep itself safe.
Well, it would have to be an intelligent being then.
Yeah.
Well, Nellis, I guess I would just ask you this one question then. If we keep this crown for ourselves, not to use it, but to fight for it, what would be the Cartography Guild?
Well, I know their vaults go real deep at Baldur's Gate. But I don't know if they go deep enough to protect this thing.
I thought that it only drew the attention of other beings when used.
I
Hence
mean,
why we got out of Atheist.
yeah, it got used twice, so. But I
that
mean,
was
it's
in
only.
Atheist. We're now. So technically, we should be in the clear as long as we don't arrive back to Atheist relatively soon.
You're
Although I
saying
am
we just take a circle, just to joyride out and around a couple of days and come back?
I'm just saying, if you think about the logic of the situation,
Well,
if it only draws attention and power when used, it was only used twice. One by Carter somehow, and the other by you when you put it on. And both of those happened in Atheist, so that's where the signal or the magical presence would have been.
fair enough.
Does my logic sound? Does anyone disagree?
No.
I'm
As
with
long
you.
as we don't use the crown, in theory, we shouldn't be attacked by random creatures of sorts.
But who's to say that that's the only stipulation? What if merely having the magical item in our possession sets off some sort of magical creatures somewhere else, and they're able to pick up on it? Then what?
Yeah, Val's got a
Then
point.
one
This
of-
thing is pulsing with magic energy, and we just gave
Maybe
it a
magic
pinpointed
user should
aether.
try and wear it. I'm just saying, if it has this well of knowledge, and we find ourselves in a spot, wouldn't we need such knowledge? Now, I'm not opposed to getting rid of it because we clearly need the gold. But on the other hand, it could get us out of a tight spot in the future. That's all I'm saying to
What?
consider.
What I would suggest, just to me, is maybe we find somebody who specializes in these kind of rare artifacts, so we can get every detail of it, and then we can make our decision and know what we're giving away. Because if we do try to get disposed of it, and we don't know all about it, what if it goes into the wrong hands?
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe a
comes to
sword that
worst.
has a demon in it.
If worst comes to worst, we could always just find some far distant island and bury it somewhere.
Yeah,
At that point, no one will be able to find it.
I'm
Or
sure we
can
can
give it
find
to
a map.
Pete.
We find a island out beyond the edge of the map ain't nobody ever been at, you know?
Exactly, Nellis.
I mean, we just don't leave no record of it. Let it drift off. It's all decent ideas, so I just wanted to have a conversation about it to see if we were all on the same page as this. Because no offense to anyone else here, I think if anybody had a shot of really using this thing to their full potential, it'd probably be Val here.
Unfortunately, I feel like that's the right move as well. As much as it's calling to me, it is quite vexing. But Valmoria is definitely the best spell user here.
Aye.
Stranger, what say you? You've been awfully quiet.
Just looking at everybody's sheets, I would say that Val and Yuri would be the top two choices for anybody who would be able to harness that power. Have the best chance at it, you know?
During all this, Yuri's just going to be kind of sitting back silently, just staring at it.
Yuri, hello.
I mean,
Snapping my fingers in his face. Hello, Yuri, you want to be part of the conversation?
Oh, sorry, I was lost in thought.
Valmoria just kind of like stands up because she's sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor, monk style. She kind of stands up. She looks at the crown and she's like,
I'm not too sure about me using this crown until I know all the details about it. And plus, I would say Yuri, but you guys remember, every time that we ask Yuri to do something, we have to give him something or trade off. So
We're giving him the
Just-
crown if he wears it. So I feel like an infinite knowledge. I mean, that should be payment enough.
Yuri's just
no,
gonna kind of wave his hand at that. That's more of a formality for
you and your
first time.
freaking payments.
yeah,
I'm sure we can find a
No.
brooch somewhere.
You know, Yuri, not to throw darts or anything, but your god would they even let you do something like this?
yeah, that is true. That is
Yuri's
true.
just gonna
That's-
kind of shrug. He doesn't, or he doesn't speak to me of his will, only of the punishment.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, at that, Yuri's just gonna reach out and grab the crown, just kind of look at it.
Do me a investigation check on the crown. With an 8. Is that your final answer?
It is not. I'm gonna use a lucky.
Go right ahead.
There you go.
14. Is that your final answer?
I'm gonna add a 4 to it.
Okay. You got a nice stockpile of them. Why not? Okay.
17.
17. With a 17 as you pick up the crown. It's been described many times during the campaign so far as white gold with sapphires and emeralds and rubies marking a constellation. As you rotate the crown around in your hand, you realize that some of these constellations don't exist in your world. The shapes that they make just you don't recognize them. And the inside band of the crown is an inscription in some language that let me check real quick on your sheet. See if you can read it.
Why can't this link play? AP, try playing this under the green bot. It's a DM.
Of course, I can't find it in here. Do.
I wonder if it's just the link then.
What? Oh, come here. I just want this to pop up. Thank you. Let's see here. Others. No. Chaotic good. Yep. Languages. Where are our spec features? Racial traits.
Let's try this spot then.
Languages. Oh, you speak Infernal. Okay, because you're tiefling. That makes sense.
30
All right,
tracks.
cool.
I don't want the whole playlist.
Anyway, no, Terry, you would not. Captain Yuri would not be able to read the writing on the inside of the band.
All right.
Do we know what the writing is?
It's unrecognizable to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yuri's just gonna let him know, these are constellations, but not of our world.
Some of them. Some of them are.
Oh, some of.
Like you recognize, for a lack of a better term, whatever, the Baldur's Gate version of Gemini the Hunter and Orion and or Gemini the Twins and Orion the Hunter, like Baldur's Gate's version of that, But then there are some that are on there that are just, you don't see them in the sky. You've never seen the shapes. You've never heard of them.
And I imagine Yuri would have a pretty good knowledge of stars and constellations.
Oh, yeah. Your history as a sea captain, you would know the stars very well.
Perhaps I could take a look. You want to bring that over here?
Yuri's gonna kind of look at him skeptically.
Oh, you could hold it. I just want to see what you noticed.
And Yuri's just gonna hold it out.
Which part are you investigating?
The scripture that he couldn't know, because I may have different language speaking than he has. Maybe I'd noticed the writing or something.
Let me check.
I have Celestial, Draconic, Orc, Elvish, and Common.
Okay. So you would not have it either.
Gibberish to me. Thanks for showing me, Yuri.
You're just gonna look at it and go, infinite knowledge, huh?
Mm,
Well, it's your choice.
that's what they said. Just
And
remember,
he's
if
just
you
gonna-
put it on, it's gonna beacon.
We're not over anything important. You're just gonna take his hat off, set it on the table, and put on the crown.
Go ahead and roll me a d20, just straight up.
Oh,
No, oh, son of a bitch! And I can't lucky a nat 1.
No.
Fuck you, Yuri.
As you go,
Fuck you, Yuri.
as you go to place the crown on your head, you notice this intense pain throbbing right between your right in the middle of your forehead, where like your mind's eye would be, and you just feel it, and it feels so sharp and so painful, like somebody just stabbed you square in the face with a knife. As you backlash and the crown falls from your hand and bounces onto the floor. I'm going to have you take 3 points of psychic damage from the crown.
There we go. Okay, so I just take and subtract that from my temporary.
Yeah. Yuri, are you okay?
Yeah, I imagine with that, Yuri's probably gonna kind of back away and more than likely trip over his chair and just lay on the ground.
Well,
already done a check against the book about the crown.
Yes.
Yes, you
Last
did.
campaign,
The
I think.
book,
That's what I thought.
the book did tell you that it was a wondrous item and did give you the name of it, but it didn't tell you any of the
Yeah.
faculties of it, other than that it was a powerful artifact that had been hunted for eons and eons for its abilities to know and predict the future, as well as almost change reality to the wearer's will around them.
And with that, Yuri's gonna just kind of lay there on the ground, just, well, we know my patron don't like that.
I was worried about it, kid. Oh, jeez.
Now, because he tried it on, would it set the beacon off?
I don't know.
Oh no, it didn't even touch my head.
Yeah. That was a
it-
full-on backlash as he even tried to do it. No magical boon showed up, unlike Nellis and Carter, you know.
Yeah.
This was just a straight up backlash.
And Yuri's just gonna lay there for a minute, just, I'm okay. Brain hurt.
Yeah.
take it easy.
Yuri's gonna sit up and get back in his chair and grab his bean water, shaking while he's trying to take a drink, both hands.
All right. Nellis will pick the crown up off the floor. He'll hold it in his hands. Well, what about you, Val?
You want me to attempt to put the crown on?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't want to, I certainly am not going to back down from a challenge.
No, I don't think we want that, sir. Nothing against you, but
Well, you just
Yeah.
don't want me knowing all your secrets.
It's
Yeah.
not that. It's not that. But here before, for as a safekeeping, yes. Let me pull up my for crafting stuff. Set up over here just for a little bit. Let me make a potion.
She's over there like crafting up a little potion or whatever. One to pretty much dispel magic. Can I make a potion like that?
Not strong enough for this.
No, a potion to dispel magic would have to be somebody who is like cursed or, you know, magically warded, and they would have to ingest it. This is a physical object, so I don't think that a potion would be able to dispel it. But you do have dispel magic, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you could always use your spell.
While the crown is on my head?
Before. Once you put the crown on your head, it pretty much is you're at the will of the crown.
Right. So cast it before? I'm not understanding.
You could cast it on the crown to dispel the magic. Might weaken the
No, that's
effects
okay.
or something along that line.
No, I'll put it on.
All right.
What?
Good luck.
What kind of roll is this?
The first
Just a
roll
regular 20.
is just a regular 20. Just to let me know what property of the crown happens to you. You've already seen the worst case scenario, so. On an
I rolled
18. On an 18, you receive a profound revelation about the nature of reality. You can ask the DM one question related to a significant mystery, lore, or magical phenomenon, and the DM must answer truthfully to the best of their knowledge.
Oh shit.
Wow. There's a lot of stuff that we could use with that.
Valmora,
a lot of questions.
as you place the crown on your head, your eyes will just completely turn into that brilliant, bright white magic that you all seen when you used the detect magic spell on it. You can literally see through space and time. You are aware of yourself, but you are not in the physical representation of the ship any longer. You stand on a precipice, staring at a galaxy of stars before you. And you see a cloaked figure in a brilliant blue azure, like a blue robe. Abzul is what I was thinking. Abzul robe.
Azure robe?
Azure robe, maybe? Abzul? I don't know. That brilliant royal blue.
Yeah. Yeah, Azul.
Azul, yeah.
Azuri is blue. So.
Okay. Honestly, there's only one question that I know that I would want to ask right now.
Ask your question.
Trying to think of how I should ask it.
We have all the time and all the eons to wait.
Oh. With this crown in our possession, it means that it's one of the rarest of the rare items. What is the true nature of this crown's magical capabilities? And is it something that the group should seek to unlock for their own gain?
The crown is a powerful artifact. It allows you to manipulate the reality of the game that you play, to change what has been done to what you desire. It is a very powerful artifact that will draw the attention of great enemies, ones that you will not be able to fight away. Ultimately, the crown will fall into the hands of your enemies. It is only a matter of time.
Is there anything else?
What else would you like to know? It bends reality to your will.
Is there any other knowledge about the crown that I should be wary of? Any side effects?
Oh, there are a plethora of side effects for the crown. If you are not insightful enough to it, or chosen by it, you could have painful, energetic overwhelms. You could be taken to a far-off place. The crown is absolute, almost sentient.
Is there a limit to how many times you can use the crown?
The only limit is your own abilities. You hold the roles of fate.
Okay, and my last question. While using the crown, since I am chosen, does that mean that I am one of the few who are chosen to call upon the powers of the crown?
You may be able to speak to me, but you have not mastered its abilities.
How do I master its abilities?
You must believe stronger in the roles of fate.
Thank you. Might I ask your name?
No. One question, and one question only. With that, it appears to you as if you are traveling at the speed of light. The streak of the stars as they pass your spiritual form as you slam back into your physical body. Your eyes return to normal and the crown doesn't fall off of your head, but it just is in your hands when you come back.
Guys, I've gotten word that the crown's, I was able to figure out the crown's true ability. I was able to figure out what the crown truly can do and what it really encompasses. You guys, I think we're dealing with something that is far greater than what we could ever imagine. But come in May, we will be dealing with something that is far, far more evil and imaginable than we could ever think of if we continue to hold on to this crown.
Val,
We must get rid of it.
I don't mean to alert everybody, but does everybody else see this glow?
Aye.
Valmora, you are radiating with that white energy as it begins to pulse on your body. I think she's gonna pop. Everybody to the top deck. I don't want it to blow a hole in my ship.
Val, hurry.
Come back, everybody. Okay, let me grab Moon. Here we go.
It just took her an extra minute to get up the stairs.
You guys. It's okay. I will cast enhanced ability on myself, and I'll turn into my evil form and fly away while this beam begins to protrude. That way, it doesn't bring any attention
Oops.
to
Where's she going?
any attention.
Valmora, don't leave. Whatever is about to happen, I'll hold you.
As the stranger will pull his sword, because he's never really seen this before.
Sorry, I didn't mean for stormy weather.
Yeah, it's a
Although I
beautiful
guess it
day.
could've worked, like,
It
the weather
could have worked,
changed,
yeah.
Valmoria is she's still gonna try to wild shape into her her eagle form.
I want
then,
you
like,
to roll me a performance check.
Oops. Performance? Alright.
Yeah, roll me a performance. 14.
And like I'm trying to wild shape and go as fast as I can. Fly as
Stranger
far away
is
as I
not
can.
able to grab a hold of you as you wild shape. Valmora, as you wild shape into the eagle and you fly as fast and as far as you can, do you fly over the land or do you fly over the sea?
I am over the sea at this point.
Okay. I'm going to say that this is over the sea. As we gather at the edge of the deck, you see this glowing eagle as it beacons brighter and brighter until suddenly just... And you see that white beacon shoot into the air at just an unbelievable speed, just brilliant and white and beautiful as it shoots into the cosmos. I hope she's all right.
Let's hope that nobody saw that.
Valmora, give me a survival roll.
Can I do that at advantage since I still have my enhanced ability or no?
Which one did you use? Use the...
Shit.
Yeah, because I don't think you have a one that gives you advantage on survival. Wait, what is survival? Survival's a wisdom. So what were you using?
No, I use the I guess the bull strength to be able to have more
Speed.
advantage to
Yeah.
Speed and wild shape.
Okay, so yeah, no, you do not have advantage on the wisdom.
All right.
But with a 13, even though the blast would have left your body so violently that the eagle would have probably faltered in the sky, you were high enough above the ocean that you could regain your composure before landing in the water. So you're still eagle form, you're still flying.
So I'm not falling to the ground?
No, you're not falling any
Or into the
longer.
water? Okay. So Can I do a perception check to see what that, like, how that beam was, like, how it looked in depth?
Explain a little further.
So, like, with me being like the one that's having the beam come from me, I want to do a perception check to if I can like vividly tell how I feel, like to see the beam. Am I able to see the beam? Am I able to give, like, when I come back to the group, am I able to give like a detailed description of what I felt or
You
saw?
would be able to explain to them what it felt like to have just this massive buildup of magic in you, just bursting at your seams. You would feel like your very fibers had been pulled, almost stretched, and that release, while it was violent in nature and it causes this large burst of magic energy to leave you, it almost leaves a hole. You feel this hole in you now, that where that magic had it swelled up inside of you and was being contained, and then once it was released, you just have this like postpartum of magic.
Okay. Okay. Well, from there, I really want to, like, because you said the beam shot straight up, right?
Straight up into the sky, into the cosmos.
And it's gone. Like,
Oh yeah.
There's no way that.
Oh yeah. It leaves you at mock Jesus.
Okay. I just kind of want to like cruise back to the ship.
Everybody who's on the ship, go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can see what had happened to Valmora and see that she is on her way. Yuri,
Nice.
with that nat
Really?
20,
Really?
you are able to witness the event in its entirety. You see the eagle just screaming through the sky. You watch the burst happen, but your captain's history, your backstory, you watch the person, not the event. And you seen Valmora fall, and you were worried for just that moment that she was lost to the sea, but then you watch the eagle's wings open back up, and you have eyes on her.
I'll let everybody know. She's on the way back down below, and kind of point her out.
Aye.
Mm.
Good.
Oh, jeez.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
Damn.
Whew.
That was a little wild.
What's she mean by some evils we can't fight? Sheesh. Valmora, as you return back to the deck and land, your eagle form is exhausted. Your eagle is visibly like, it took a toll on you, everything.
So I'm getting ready to land, and all you hear is a, and then I kind of like not crash into the ship, but I take a hard thump as I approach the deck of the ship, and I'm just kind of laying there as my I go from my eagle form back, and I slowly wild shape into my human form because I'm so weak from the blast that I don't even have enough energy to fully transform back. And you just see me like slowly turning back into myself.
Amoria.
Stranger will pick you up as he's sitting on the deck almost, and his strong arms are now wrapping you.
Strangers, is that you?
Yes.
I always imagined being in your storm, but not on circumstances like this.
What you did was brave and insane, and I absolutely loved it.
What I will say, though, is I,
And in that instant, Valmoria passes out.
Is she all right?
Stranger, pick her up. I'll bring her to a cabin.
I've got her. I'll take her down below deck.
Wash your hands when you're done.
Oh, that is both great and disgusting at the same moment.
Moon is not going to understand what that meant.
Yeah.
Let's not play around like we didn't all just see that.
Yeah,
That
All
was
right.
another beacon.
absolutely.
Still want to give it a try. It looks fun.
Ah, you shut your hole, Vespa.
You
Come
feel
on, cousin.
you feel the scorn of those words for sure. He is all serious at that point. All right, well,
Suggest we speed this thing up a bit.
absolutely. I'm already ahead of you as Nellis is making his way back to the control. You see him flipping levers and turning that, and you could feel the ship physically lunge forward as the propellers are in full speed now.
Do I need to do anything for you to get this thing moving in extra speed?
No, we're already running a good clip. We got good wind too, so let's just get out of this area.
I tried to go into the clouds.
Here's an idea. As Nellis will flip the lever, and you'll just see the heat pipes from the lower deck just as the balloon just expands in its size as the ship lifts higher into the sky, and you'll just disappear into a large cloud bank high above. Below you now, you only see the tattered browns and greens of the lands far below and the crystal blues of the sea, but it's much further away now at this point.
Yuri's gonna start kind of scanning the skies, seeing if he can see anything. Not really expecting anything, but just kind of.
Yuri, go ahead and give me another perception check. You know what?
Wow.
That seems beautifully poetic, doesn't it? To go
a
from
little bit.
your eagle eyes and your training, and you watch the person, not the event, to just like, well, it looks like clouds now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yuri, or I'll just chalk it up to Yuri's still a bit panicked, and his patron's still not very happy with the him trying to put the crown on.
Absolutely.
Just gonna kind of rub my forehead and start heading back towards Nellis.
Damien?
This has me all out of sorts. I honestly don't know what to do here.
I don't know either.
I feel like this crown is very powerful, but too powerful to actually wear. Causes so much absolute absurd notions.
What was that?
Madness.
I added some magic sounds. Sorry, I was just testing.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, my bad. I was curious to see what it sounded like because it seemed really low. So I was like, let me test this one real quick.
You know it's good when even the DM is surprised.
I was Slow's my master of sounds and music, so he does. He
So
he
I've
kicks
added 4 elements. I got fire. I got basically the 4 elements from Avatar. I got fire, earth, ice, and wind. I
Okay,
added. So
beautiful.
since we got some magic users, I figured the basic magic sounds would be better than having like the Hellhound, which is irrelevant now and all that stuff. So
All right, fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Damien, and I just, on one hand, I would love the payday of this, but it's just too dangerous to just have out in the public. It's no wonder it was locked in a goddamn dungeon. Why did my sticky fingers have to...
Did Valmora say that our enemies were going to get this at some point or another?
I'm not sure. She was kind of muttering there, and all I heard was that there was going to be big, bad, evil guys that we couldn't kick their ass. And frankly, I got other shit to get done other than get worried about having my last life spent fighting goddamn celestial gods and devils, you know?
Unlike you, I only have one life. So I'm not trying to spend that only life doing that as well.
Well, you
I
can
do
say
think
we're
we
in the
really
same
need
boat,
to,
Damien. I may be a cat, but I'm down to my last one.
Well,
Yuri's gonna be sitting here just kind of smiling, listening to you two. But think of the tales that will be told when you're gone.
Well, I still got chapters to write, Yuri.
I really think it's time to call it.
Maybe,
of course not.
Maybe we just throw this damn thing overboard.
Well,
let the oceans have it.
I feel like we should wait for Valmoria to wake up, and once she wakes up, we try to get a little bit more answers out of her of what happened. But I do feel like we should either sell this or bury it somewhere far and distant. I don't feel like we should have it anymore.
No.
It's too dangerous.
if we wait, after hearing, if we wait, it seems that they're going to get their hands on it no matter what.
Oh, well.
Based on what we heard. So in my not so professional opinion, perhaps we just melt the damn thing, and then nobody in this world can use it.
Wait, remember, you guys didn't hear my conversation that I had.
Yeah, we're guessing at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I still say we smelt it.
Be careful, you might lose something in an unfortunate smelting accident.
Perhaps so, but no. It's just, like Damien said, a bad feeling. And now we've activated the beacon and they know where we are.
With that, everybody on deck, roll perception.
Oh, fuck.
Give me just a second. I was getting ready for work.
Yeah, I know.
My mouse is unfindable. There it goes.
What do you have, Charlie? Drop it. Oh, yeah, something you don't need.
Damn, everyone's rolling good rolls. You see that, Charlie?
Yeah, I am. Yuri? I guess I should roll Nellis, too. He's on deck.
I knew it was going to happen.
Yuri's like, ooh, clouds.
Wow.
Yuri's still like, ooh, clouds. Nellis is like focused on what he's flying the ship.
Nellis can't see over the wheel.
Yeah, Nellis. To the tall people, with the exclusion of Moon, but she's down on the lower deck. You notice that a brilliant blue portal has opened ahead of the ship.
That didn't take long.
What are you seeing? What's going on?
There's a wormhole of sorts just opened up as I prop you up on my shoulder.
Oh shit! Nellis will start grabbing the wheel because you guys are heading right at it, and he's turning the ship and trying to get it away. This portal will come up alongside, and with that, the whole ship just gets grabbed and shudders as it's being held in place.
I don't like this.
Oh shit! I don't know. And Nellis just jumps down off of your shoulders and thunk thunk. Yeah. Ain't no portal a good portal.
Being slightly terrified of flying in the turbulence now, I just, out of instinct, will grab the amulet around my neck, just holding it. Not looking through it, but just holding it as almost like a religious object.
I was leaning up against the, the wood, and now I'm turning around and grabbing the wood, just holding on for my life.
Yuri's instincts are gonna, or captaining instincts are gonna kick in, start shouting a couple of commands along the lines of manning the cannons, or do we have
Who's
cannons?
on it?
The main cannon on the deck, when I did this map, we don't have the main cannon on the deck. We do have the ballistas on the sides. But I figured it was only a matter of time before we put a cannon on the ship, so I went ahead and added it. That's why it's under a net.
Okay.
So just pretend that doesn't exist.
Actually, Yuri's gonna be like, Nellis, do we have any weapons on or on board?
Just the ballistae.
I think we're gonna need them.
Fair enough.
Then Yuri's gonna start walking down the deck to the front ballista.
I rolled a nat 1 on athletics, so I just see myself getting lifted off the deck.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Hang on, I gotta send you the gift I just sent AP.
Should I do a performance check to see if I can get the other ballista?
Go ahead. Go ahead and do a strength check for me. Strength checks will be used to see how fast you load the ballista. With a 10, you're middle of the road. You're able to load it. It's not the fastest it can be, but you're able to take care of it.
I already grabbed my bow and I'm.
Oh my gosh! What is going on?
What is this gift?
Dude, man, right?
It's rigged.
Why?
Yuri just tried to load it backwards.
I don't know if people out there in Chatland could see that, but that's what was just sent. It's just these green puffs as they fly off into space.
So that's what's happening to me. That's what I envisioned when I rolled that one, basically. So I use the prone, but we'll just we'll just say I'm slowly being.
I'm gonna run over to
taken.
Yuri to see if I can help.
Oh wait, no, it was a strength check.
Strength check, not performance.
There's a wall there, so.
Now I am up in the crow's nest.
All right, decent. Once again, probably a little slower than Moon, but you're able to get her loaded.
Yeah, man,
Can I make a check against the book about this portal?
Before you get an opportunity to pull the book out, you will see a figure emerge from the portal. Floating ever so slightly in the air, larger than anyone naturally can be, as he slowly makes his way floating through the sky towards the ship.
As he's moving, I'm pointing the ballista directly at his face.
Yeah, I'm pointing my bow directly at him. Shivering.
I'm still floating here.
Be still. Oh, that's the wrong one.
I'm gonna grab Vesper.
Be still, my friends. I mean you no harm.
Can you
I
shut
would
the gravity
appreciate
off
you
on this
putting
thing?
my friend down.
I'm just floating here.
Yeah. With a snap of his fingers, you just fall to the ground. The portal closes behind him as he makes his way towards you.
As I land on Moon. Thanks for catching me.
Yeah, at that, Yuri's gonna lower the ballista.
I'm not. I'm still aiming at him. I'm not.
I'm backing up.
As the entity makes contact with the deck of the ship, ever so slightly, you look at this creature, being, if you will. Let me pull up my prep sheet.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it's such a nonchalant term, you know. Yo, what's up? How you doing?
What brings you to the Galewind this evening?
Nice
We got
weather we're
breakfast
having.
downstairs. Would you
Yeah.
like to
Care to
try to
join
be
us?
friendly?
You smelled it.
Care
You
to join
smelled the
us?
bacon.
The bacon and the bean water? Mr. What was your name again?
You may know me as the Star Wanderer.
Mr. Wanderer.
Yes,
That doesn't sound ominous.
I come to you in peace. As his form begins to materialize into a more physical being, you see the light around him basically just dim till it is no more. And where it stands before you is just what looks like a man wearing normal clothes. He carries with him a staff. You see him almost appear to shrink in size until he is almost of normal size as the rest of you as he stands on the deck.
Is he speaking a specific language?
The language he speaks is not common, but all understand it.
Okay.
All right.
There. Much better. Now we can have a conversation.
What brings you to the Galewind, sir? Friend?
As you can tell, I've traveled through time and space to meet with you all. I believe you all to have a very powerful artifact in your possession. And I come to you and I offer a solution to your problems.
Go on.
As I'm just gonna climb the ladder down.
No, you can't confirm or deny what you're saying, but we're willing to listen.
Perhaps, well, truth be told, I know that you all carry with you a crown of wisdom. A very powerful artifact that, in the wrong hands, could change the balance of reality. I come offering an alternative to your debacle. I ask that you give me the crown, and I will simply take it to another material plane far from anyone's hands for safekeeping, as it were.
How do we know you are telling the truth in what you say?
But what would we get out of this? Just you taking what you believe that we have? That doesn't seem like a fair trade at all.
What I give you is peace of mind. You rid yourself of a problem that is far beyond your scope, and you get the peace of mind to continue onward before any real harm is done in this world or any other.
Well, you're saying you can't give us coin?
Would creatures or beings be in the dark book?
I would say that the dark book would probably know about dark beings. This wanderer doesn't seem to be of malicious intent that you can tell.
Okay.
Vesper, with a 17 on your insight check, you can tell that this creature is genuinely telling you the truth. His demeanor is non-violent. He is not approaching you. He's not making any demands of you. He's simply offering you an alternative.
Perhaps if you give us a moment to talk it over with the crew. As you see, we run by group decisions, not one man, one choice. One man.
No, by all means, take whatever time is needed.
Would you like something to eat or drink in the meantime?
No, I am not sustained off of food or drink.
But it is a fresh cup of bean water.
Stranger. What happened?
You passed out up on deck. I carried you down here.
Thank you so much for carrying me down. Oh.
I gotta get going to work and whatnot. Jolly, Yuri's boat will coincide with Nellis's.
Fair enough. I'll text you later with updates.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, sir.
Whatever Nellis decides to do, Yuri will pretty well back him.
Alrighty.
But right on, I will talk at y'all later.
Bye, Terry.
Later.
Stranger,
Yeah.
thank you so much for carrying me, but
I also apologize. Apparently, the guy is here to mow the yard.
Oh shit.
So you could, I don't know if you guys can hear the mower, but.
No, I couldn't hear it.
No.
Stranger, I'm still a bit too weak to make it to where everyone else is, but I have to tell them something now.
Yeah, let me,
A stranger picks you up out of the hammock, and he's beefy kind of guy, and he just kind of cradles you very gingerly in his arms, and so carry you back up to the top deck.
hey guys, Valmora wants to, hello.
The stranger now comes out on the deck, and he sees that there is another person here.
Who is that?
Join us.
He came out of a blue portal, Val, and he says he wants to take away the crown.
No, it can't be. Not already. Not yet. What's happening? What's Damien? What seems to be going on?
Well, this person wants to take the crown, but he doesn't want to just take it. He wants to take it to another plane of existence, to another dimension, or whatever the sort he said.
Stranger, thank you. I think I can. I think I can do this now. I can stand.
Alrighty.
Stranger.
All right.
As the stranger goes ahead and sits you down on the deck on your feet.
Thank you. But guys, I must speak to you before we make any decisions. Alright. I don't know if I was able to tell you what the crown encompasses, but see, when I put the crown on, it was like I was traveling through space, far distant, on a plane that is far away. And I spoke to the entity, not one that was of malicious intent, but one of greater knowledge. And I was able to ask what all entails with this crown. And the entity said that the crown allowed us the ability to manipulate the reality of the game that we choose to play. For what that means, I'm thinking that he was speaking about life, but it said that when we use the crown, it will draw enemies, powerful enemies, towards us. And I asked, I said, well, would this be something that we could use for the greater good of us? And the crown said, the entity said that the crown, it is inevitable that the crown will be placed into the enemy's hands. But along with that, the crown said that those who are chosen are able to manipulate reality. So I asked them who, or if I was qualified to be one of those, and the crown said the key into being able to harness or manipulate reality is your belief in doing such things. So, the more we use the crown.
You wore the crown then, and you seen the father.
Indeed, I saw the father. But who are you?
I am known only as the Wanderer any longer. I had a mortal name once ago, but I haven't been referred to it as in forever. Eternity.
But who sent you? How did you know where we were?
I was sent as a alternative to your predicament. I followed the channel of energy through the weave, and I found you here. I could sense the magic you had been touched with. You, the Tabaxi and the Tiefling, you all carry traces of it now.
Where do you come from? You said the father, but when I asked the entity who it was, could not give me a name.
The father does not name himself. We named him that. He was there before the beginning, and he will remain after the end. He is the Alpha and Omega, the closest thing to this universe's creator that you can get to. Through him, all that you see and all that you worship came from his thought.
I simply do not understand what it is to worship.
Vesper, on a 10 on religion, you've never heard of any kind of deity or anything, god higher than the gods. The gods themselves exist and they control certain aspects of the mortal world, you know. Apollo, the god of light, and, you know, Talos, the god of lightning and thunder. And you've heard of these gods, but you've never heard of one above all.
I want to do a hit.
I want to do a
That's why-
history check.
That's exactly what I wanted to know, is if I understood anything that was going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a history check on this guy. 'Cause
Dirty 20.
I'm proficient in history.
With a dirty 20, Valmora, you as well are completely, other than your knowledge that you gleaned from the crown and what you have experienced, you felt how real it was to you. But in all the time and all the places you've ever wandered, you've never heard of a god above gods.
Would I also do a history check?
You can, but with her 20, you all are in the same boat. This is something much greater, beyond universes of universes. The crown allowed Valmora to speak directly to me in the game space. And as you know, I'm the DM of this game, and it's a homebrew. So everything that exists inside this universe is that of our creation, my creation. So I chose to be a deity outside of the deities. So that is the canon event of what she experienced.
I get it now. Okay. I wasn't picking that up. I got it. Okay.
I think that we should tell him where it is.
Something tells me he already knows what it is.
I'm not ready.
Here, he wouldn't be here if he knew where it was.
But yet, we have the ability to shape the very reality that we are in right now. Should we give such a power away?
She is not
Well,
wrong.
as you said, it
I
is
don't
inevitable
think any of us should
that
have
the enemy will
gift.
get it, as you just said.
It is inevitable until we shape our reality. All we have to do is believe. But if no one shall believe, then we might as well hand it over to the Wonder.
I mean, I believe that I have no idea what to do in this situation. That's why we're doing it together.
I don't think any of us are strong enough to be able to hold such power.
Like I said, I'm not one to shy from a challenge, but even I know when to back away. Which I know is very contradictory, but I know it makes sense to someone.
Mr. Wanderer.
Yes.
If we were to give you this crown, would you be able to fend off the people who come to seek it?
What I plan to do with it is to trap it in its own dimension, whereas only the Father would be able to access it. He is the one that created all, so the power to shape reality would remain with him. No other being, mortal, immortal, celestial, or fiend, would be able to wrest the power of the crown ever again. However,
He's very truthful with his
land.
words.
I will not force any decision upon you. I simply give you an option.
Aye. But how will you get this into the Father's plane?
We wanderers
From
are...
that big-ass blue portal, Damien.
We wanderers have connections to the Father. We draw our power from him. We are chosen by our chosen gods and ascended from the mortal planes of the different worlds and universes.
Can you speak Draconic?
Yes.
The
You-
Wanderer.
Yes.
Mr. Wanderer, can you speak Draconic?
My languages are known universal. We do not speak common or draconic or celestial, but yet we are understood by all and understand all. So no matter what place you come from or what language may divide us, a wanderer allows us to speak.
I have but a few questions for you.
By all means, we have time and place to speak. Go ahead.
Would we be able to speak to the Father?
From my understanding, you already have spoken to him, which is a privilege unto itself for mortals.
I have, but they have not.
They were not chosen to be given such wisdom.
Is there a way for us to contact you?
No. But fear not, I will be monitoring you. Because if you do choose to keep the crown, there will be consequences to other worlds that I watch over.
Are there other artifacts that are similar to this one?
There are others of celestial nature. The gods have come close to the power us wanderers have. I believe one of your cohorts carry a sword of said celestial beings. So yes, there are means and ways, but few and far between.
Which cohort? I know of no sword.
The wanderer.
Moria, this one.
Wanderer
right here.
will just simply unclasp his hands, which have been clasped around his staff, just like an old man would hold a staff, you know, and he'll point a hand towards Vesper and his sword.
Who I already took out of my sheath because I understand the conversation.
Yeah.
I speak Draconic, so I know what's going on.
I speak Draconic too.
That's the one that he has in his hands.
Yes, the sword of celestial light. We are familiar with it.
Well, very well. I trust
I say we give it to him.
You.
It gets us out of our way.
Aye.
We're done with it. It's either that or we smelt it, and I think we give it to this nice gentleman. I sent no ill intent here.
Well, I can guarantee I don't want it. So
I mean, like I said, I'd wear it, but I don't think we need to have the.
you will not wear it.
See what I mean? I think it's just.
I'm only hesitant because I was able to actually wear the crown and speak to the Father because I was one of the chosen. So, part of me wants to
keep it. I understand. However,
not keep it. Part of me wants to master said crown and then give it to the Wanderer.
I don't think our timetable allows such a thing. As you said, it is inevitable that it gets into the hand of our enemies.
Bless
So it's
we
going to happen.
believe. But if we can manipulate it, there's no way that anything can come and harm us.
However, inevitability means it will happen, no matter how much we meddle.
So
There are
let's
crossing
vote.
points in the timeline that just can't be changed.
I am willing to vote.
Aye.
I
Put it to a vote.
everyone in who wants it to go to the Wanderers, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Nellis.
2 ayes. Nellis. Stranger.
Yeah.
Three ayes. Right now we're kind of split right down the middle. Yuri,
I don't really have
Nellis.
a sword in the stone, if you will. It's not really my fight.
Became a part of the journey, stranger. You wanted to help us, and this is the journey. So you're part of the ship, part of the crew.
Partnership, part of the crew.
Well,
Not like you can go anywhere.
I may not understand a lot. I'm mainly just a pretty face and a sharp blade, but
Yes, you are.
the man come out of a portal talking a bunch of mumbo jumbo and wants to take a powerful artifact with him. And the only thing he leaves in exchange is that we don't have to worry about it no more. Which in itself is a good offer, I suppose, but I'm more of a material man. You're gonna take this from me and leave all my troubles behind, then I mean, gold is always a good option. Just putting that out there.
I agree. But if we leave it on this plane, it could be used against us.
Both
could still be used against us, but nothing about this man tells me he's going to do harm to us.
I was once a mortal just as you were, chosen by my god and ascended to my position. I hold no ill will for mortals. In fact, I wish to see you all succeed in your endeavors. I can tell you there are many dark forces in this world working against you currently. For a fact, I know that you have recently left Athea's Landing, and that the magistrate there harnessed great evil in his form of his warlock patron.
He is quite the piece of shite.
I think you have enough on your plate, and this crown just muddies the waters. Allow me to take it, and I will place it in stasis of its own plane, to float forever in a void of its own darkness. It was magic created far beyond its means and creates things that are unforeseen. The wearer, yes, can shape reality to their will, speak with the Father, and have enlightenment beyond any mortal on this plane or any world ever. But such power comes with great responsibilities. To see the ripple of one's actions in this plane. Say, for instance, you wish to change all of the trees, the leaves from green to blue. What would that do to this world? Such a simple change could have everlasting effects, unseen. A simple changing of the color of a leaf. Can anyone answer that? Would anyone be able to answer that?
If you allow me to put the crown on, I can.
I cannot
I don't
stop
think you
you
have the
from
strength.
doing anything, Valmora.
I don't think you have the strength to wear it again.
That I do not. So, Nellis. Yearful.
We talked about this earlier, Nellis.
Well,
Trust your gut.
I mean, if we were gonna just throw it overboard or bury it on some godforsaken land where someone else could find it in the future, why not send it to a place where no one can find it ever again?
yeah, that's fair. All right. Nellis will walk over to whoever is holding the crown. I don't know at this point who actually has it in their possession any longer. But Nellis...
Did it fall off of Valmoria's head, or did she maintain...
Valmoria had it in her hands when she came out of her spell, if you will.
So she may still have it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Nellis will lift the crown up as if handing
Wait.
it to the wanderer.
Wait, Nose. I was asking for your vote.
I think that is his vote.
I think we're a lot of agreeance here, Val. We're in over our head with this thing, and we don't need gods and devils and demons coming down on us.
Before you do this crown,
I'm gonna put my arm on, or like my hand on Valmoria's shoulder. Valmoria, the party is in agreement.
I'm fine with giving the crown, but in return, are there any other artifacts of some sort that you could offer, Wanderer? I understand that you offer peace in mind, but do understand that there are great things that we are losing as well, with the possibilities of said crown.
Valmoria, it is Nellis's crown to give.
I don't necessarily disagree with Val's intention here, but I've been greedy once, and I was the one that got us in this situation with this damn thing because I had sticky fingers to begin with. And if I ask for something in return for the crown, then am I actually getting any better?
Could be worse. Could be something just as bad.
I realize that, you know, it's important to be paid for things, but it was never ours to begin with. It was stolen, you know? And that action caused all of us to have to leave Aethias behind and leave our loose ends and take to the sky and try to hawk it on a black market, and now we're dealing with gods and demons and portals and...
Wanderer, what do you say?
I understand the need to be monetized for losing something so powerful. So, allow me to maybe bestow some more adequate gifts onto the party for reparations, if that would ease people's minds. Because it would ease my mind to know that the crown is no longer in play.
Thank you. Because my premise is, even though she stole the crown, we found the crown and allowed Starwater to be able to find it and seek it out. So had it not been for our actions, Starwater would not be here. And they could go into the other hands of someone who is more evil.
Imagine for a moment if Archibald were to realize just how potent a magical artifact he had right at his fingertips. Being able to alter reality to his will, and even worse yet, his patron to alter reality to their will through him. I offer both a reprise and a escape from that reality. So, if reparations of an appropriate nature need be made in exchange for the crown, I am within my power to do so.
Is everybody in agreement?
I am.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, if I'm gonna get something out of it, then yeah, I'll go ahead and trade in your crown for a new something or another. I ain't ever opposed to turning something down.
All right, well, here you go. Yeah? Everybody?
do this.
Nellis will
Here's hoping it works out.
Nellis will finish handing the crown to the Wanderer. The Wanderer doesn't touch it, but with a wisp of his hand, it floats, and then you see it just with a snap of his fingers, and it's gone.
Well, it was inevitable that someone was going to get it. Hopefully, we made the right choice.
Aye.
Believe me when I say that you did make the right choice. The crown is out of the reach of any of this mortal plane. Only the Father now has access to it. So, once again, with your insight check, you see zero deception in the Wanderer's voice or his actions.
I am also gonna do insight.
Go right ahead.
Wow.
Moon with a 7.
I'm gonna use my D20.
You're going to use your nat 20?
What?
You're going to use your pocket
that's
20?
the pocket 20? I was gonna use. Wait, the cake can't be used for that, right?
I forget. Well, the cake gives you advantage and plus 10 on rolls. Do you want to use that instead of your pocket 20?
Nah, it's all right. I'll just leave it.
Okay. Moon with the 7. You're just happy to be involved. You know, you look at it and you're like, this is awesome. I like this. Like, this guy seems cool.
Oh, I just thought of something. We could have had Moon put the crown on, and she could have used her nat 20.
Yeah, it's too late for that now, though.
Oh yeah.
So will reparations be required? And what type would you ask of Wanderer?
Well, if you all want to think, I know mine right off the bat.
Turn your mic on.
Well, if you all don't know what you want, I will go first. As I pull my my book out. Wanderer.
A
what do you
tome
do with
of
this cipher
enchantment, I
it's in?
see.
Yes, I do not know what it means. It's in some kind of cipher.
I can correct that for you. With a snap of his fingers, its ledgers become legible to you.
Oh. It's a smart move. I was going to ask for a sword, but now I may ask about my book.
AP, in your Discord section, you now have a fully translated advanced book of enchantments.
Thank you.
Seeing him pull out his book, I get reminded of mine. This thing is quite gross, but perhaps you can help me find the key or tell me more about this.
This tome is grotesque in nature. Are you sure you wish to understand its knowledge?
Aye.
Very well. With a snap of its finger, Vesper, the book will unlock itself, and you will be able to read it. And for you, Valmora, do you require reparations?
Yes. I would like knowledge, but not just any knowledge. See, what I seek is for greater transformations of my jewelry crafts Not a book that will show me what I can shapeshift into, but a book that can help me to understand any wild shape that I might inherit in great detail.
Step forward,
So-
Valmora. The Wanderer will place his hand onto your forehead, and with the briefest flashes of light, you now have unlimited knowledge of your wild shape druid craft. You are now capable of conjuring any wild shape that you so deem necessary with its understandings. However, with that knowledge, you also understand just how much power it does take to wild shape into these things. Certain wild shapes are still outside of your grasp to shapeshift into at this time, but you do have their knowledge. That is just understanding your own limitations as a druid still learning its craft.
Understood.
Moon, do you require reparations for the crown?
I do.
What can
I
a
would
wanderer
like-
provide you?
A pair of robes to better protect myself in battle.
Simple enough. As he literally reaches into the folds of his own clothing, he provides you with an elegant golden robe. It's soft and extremely light, and it would fit you perfectly. These robes are crafted from stardust themselves, and they provide radiant protection, giving you a boon to your physical damage absorption. May you wear them well.
Thank you, Star Wanderer.
How about you, stranger?
Knowledge and changing letters and books and, man, it all seems... I'm a simple man, and with a simple, love for the world. But I also understand the mortals' need of martial weaponry. Maybe you could provide a boon to me in that form.
Very well. A boon to your martial weapon. Show me your sword. The stranger pulls out his sword and holds it kind of one hand on the hilt and one hand on the blade. He'll kind of hold it out. And as the wanderer sweeps his hand over the top of it, you will see it blaze in blue and gold flames. Your sword is now imbued with the power of stardust itself. May it serve you well as you smite the enemies of this world in a just cause.
Wow. Yeah. All right. I can get behind this.
I am going to, as a DM, I'm going to skip over Terry for now. Just
Yeah, I was
know
just
that
about to
I'm going to
text the
allow
group chat.
Terry to pick a boon that he wishes for at a later time. And then we'll go from there. Because I am not going to make that decision for him. And finally, Nellis, You found the crown originally and brought it onto your people. Do you require reparations? Hmm. You know, it's never been my intention to hurt any of my friends. And it seems like that's all I've ever done in any of my past lives. How about we just call it even? You took the crown away from us, and I'm good with that. Are you sure? Yeah. I only have one real want and desire in this world, and I already have the means to find it. So.
I mean, I'll take it if you're not willing. I could always use something else.
Hi. Dennis, would you mind going up to the wheel for us for a minute? I would like to speak with the party alone, in regard of you. But you cannot be here to listen.
All right.
Starlander, before you go.
Thank you, Bubba Graham, for sending everybody a lucky in Jolly's chat.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Wander, I just have one more question.
Yes.
Can I speak to you alone?
Maria, may I ask him a question first? This is kind of for everybody here. Before you speak with him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we talked about maybe getting Nellis something good? From Gideon, not from Gideon, from Garrett. Mr. Ironwood.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if Mr. Starwander is willing to, even though Nellis said he doesn't need any reparations, would you be willing to make him some sort of fancy gun or shotgun?
Well, perhaps upgrade it, and I'll pull out his shotgun because I never gave it back.
Aye.
I did not think that we might be able to find Mr. Jenkins. With
Perhaps
his
you can, I don't know, maybe upgrade this weapon, or, you know, we love our dear friend, but he tends to get himself in trouble. I'm not saying protection or anything, maybe damage, I don't know, maybe whatever you can think of, but we care about our friend and we want to give him something extra special.
I can tell.
Hard on himself.
I can tell you all care deeply for your friend. However, reparations are made to the person, not to the group. So I must respect his wishes. I can tell that he is troubled by his troubles.
Nellis!
Get your ass out.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna use, lucky. I'm gonna use a lucky on that, yeah.
Oh my god!
I love the fates of rolls.
Now here's just a random question. Would this technically be a good faith roll? Because I'm gonna try and convince him to get himself something.
It would be a good faith roll, yes.
All right. Wedding cake.
As you cram the wedding cake into your mouth.
Frosting on the side because you didn't clean it up all the way.
Nellis, will you please just get something in return? We know you are upset that this has transpired from you taking it, but we do not see it that way, my friend. We want you to feel happy.
Damien,
Not sad.
I'm not sad. I'm relieved, in fact. That crown was nothing, was bad juju. Since a word go. It it muddied everything that all I ever wanted was just a crew to sail the seas with and find these lands. You can see Nellis, he's playing with this, like, this compass, this gyroscope thing in his possession. And you could see it spinning and turning and whirling in his hands. I'm okay not getting some starlight weapon or armor, and everything I've ever really wanted in this world is right here in my hands. And right here on this ship. I truly am happy as a cat in a tub of milk.
Aye. Fair, Nellis. Fair. Oh, Mr. Star Wanderer.
Damien.
He does not want his weapon any upgrades to that. He just wants his ship to be better than it is now.
I can tell that there will be no satisfying you all. How about this?
I'm quite satisfied, actually.
As the Star Wanderer kind of spins starlight in his hand, and you just see this cluster of stars, almost looking like a galaxy, and you see it drip into a tiny vial. He'll hand it to you, Damien.
As I'm looking at it in my hands, twisting it around. And what is
Don't
this?
spill it. Don't spill it.
There may be a time and a place when the edges of this map are no longer undiscovered. Maybe a fresh start in a world far away will be warranted for your feline friend. This craft is a marvel of technology, but it has its limitations. So here, all you would have to simply do is add it to the fuel of the ship, and away it'll go to a world far, far from here.
Right. Thank you.
The day has grown on. I believe I have one last conversation to have before I return.
That's true, Mr. Wanderer. Might I
Valmora.
speak with you over here? I have a question. Since you have come from the Father, I have a friend, one dear to me, who had his life taken. Could you lend me some information and knowledge about patrons and how I could attain one?
You speak of Carter. You know, Damien has his patron. I can see him sit upon his shoulder. I sense your emotions about this celestial mouse rat. Is that who you speak of?
Yes, it is.
Damien, will you come over here with Carter?
You said with who?
With Carter. Your patron.
Aye, well, he is always here. Isn't that right, Carter?
Yeah, you ain't getting rid of me that easy, bitch.
Aye.
Valmora has interest in your patron becoming her patron. Is that something
yes, we
you...
did speak of that.
Is that something you also desire?
If it is what Valmoria wishes, then yes.
Well, I may be able to pass a patron to another. However, in this realm, that requires taking on a different set of skills than you possess currently, Valmora. Is that something you wish to undertake?
Yes.
Even after you desire the understanding of your wild shapes, you still wish to go ahead with this transformation.
Would I not be a druid anymore?
You would not be a druid in entirety. You would have to take on the responsibilities and the understanding of a warlock.
Oh. And that is a tough one. Well,
I wonder, would this mean that she would still be able to be her druid? She would just have to learn the knowledge and be one with the warlock?
Yes. She would take on this celestial being as her patron. She would have to divide herself between her druid spellcraft and her warlock spellcraft. She would never completely be the powerful druid I can tell she desires to be. You are very much a child of nature, and taking on the roles of a warlock is that of destruction, where you are a child of creation. You would be both halves of the same coin. Never fully one, but both. It is a great responsibility to take on, to divide oneself.
what about a silly compromise? Is there a way that I could just simply speak to Carter as she remains Damien's patron?
In time, Carter would learn these abilities on his own, I'm sure. But I might be able to speed the process up a bit.
Then that will suffice enough for me. I would love to just be able to speak to Carter. That way, I can continue to travel on with my ambitions of being a strong and powerful druid. Once I have no need or interest in anything evil or destructive in nature.
Carter, let me ask you a question. You have in you the ability to become a celestial familiar, where you could be summoned forth from the material plane again. Would you want me to do that?
So, you saying I could just be a rat again?
Yes, in simple terms, you would just be a rat again.
Well, I don't know. I really enjoy the idea of being able to see and live forever and go on all these adventures, but no offense to you, Damien, but you stink.
I take no offense, Carter.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Very well. Carter the Rat. I summon you from your celestial form to remain in a physical body once again. May you live out the rest of your days as Valmora's familiar once again. And with that, a swirl of stardust, and you see Carter, celestial form, Damien, pull from you, and you just see a merging of stardust and starlight, and upon the deck of the ship, when a brilliant blast of white light, Carter the rat reappears in his physical form.
How is he still alive, son of a bitch?
Carter.
Gross.
How did this bitch got 2 wishes from this guy?
What the crap?
Carter.
Val?
Oh my god. You gotta come here.
Oh god, I gotta walk again? I don't get to fly no more? I don't know if I like this anymore.
Varmoya just drops everything that she has in her hands. She runs to Carter and like scoops her hands up and scoops Carter in her hands. And like she's over here having her moment. Doesn't have a care in the world. Just forgot everything that was around her and she starts to cry. And I don't know if everyone can see it, but she's like hysterically crying. As she sees that Carter is in his human form for the first time. And she just falls to her knees. She's like slumped over. And you just see her boo-hoo crying. Boo-hoo crying.
I did roll a history check. I just wanted to see, like, if I knew how long Carter would live now in this human form.
He's not human, he's in a rat. He's a rat.
Well,
Is he
yes.
still back talking like a rat?
Yeah, he's still squeak, squeaky, squeak, squeaker to everybody else now.
Stupid rodents.
Yeah, but like now that he's a rat again, like how long would he live?
Ease your mind, Damien. Carter will remain with Valmora until she needs not of him any longer.
Well, thank you.
And with that, I must make my escape. Vesper. She did not get 2 wishes. I paid reparations to the rat as well, if that eases your mind.
I was just joshing. You have a safe travels now.
Very well.
Don't be a stranger.
Stranger.
Allah hasazim va urakazatatira orva. Farewell.
Oh, not the portal again. Ah!
I will remain an ever watchful eye. If you have need of a wanderer, and I see you are in desperate sights, I may yet reveal myself to you again. Farewell for now.
Goodbye, Star Wanderer.
As he returns to the portal, and you see the portal begin to fade behind him as well. You are now sans the crown, but several respirations have been made. I feel like the party might be a little bit stronger. Some new tools to the trade.
Crowns out.
I'll be bringing tissues to Valmora.
Anyway, let's start climbing up to the crow's nest.
Seems like we need a new direction.
and I'm gonna.
Yeah, y'all are still gonna take me to town, right?
I'm gonna go to the second deck.
Actually, I'm gonna go and talk to Nellis. Where to, Cat?
Yeah. Well, no longer have to make our way to some shady village on some cliffside to hack a powerful artifact weapon or whatever, so I guess the sky's our oyster.
Well, let's take Stranger where he needs to go, and let's move on into something else, because I don't know about you, but I don't like being this high up.
All
Mr.
right.
Jenkins may still be in trouble.
You know, that's a
Yes,
fair assumption
Abby's
as well.
in trouble as well.
Still got a lot of troubles on our plate. All right. Well, Nellis will start flipping levers and turning knobs as the airship is free from any kind of gravitational pull once again, and it begins to descend down towards the world below. All right, well, first stop, the port city. We'll drop Stranger off and then make for the Wizard's Tower. How about that?
Wizard?
See if we can't find our friend Jenkins.
Oh,
Sounds good to me.
onward, friend, onward.
Damien, on the lower deck. What are you doing?
I am hiding the little vial that I ended up getting from Star Wanderer, just to make sure I know where it is on the ship if I need to use it.
All right, I gotta go walk
Our
Bentley.
friend.
Valmora. You have been reunited once again with your familiar Carter. Returned to his physical form from his celestial form. Carter will not retain the knowledge that he had gleaned in his celestial omnipotence. In fact, he doesn't even remember how he got on the ship. As those memories begin to fade rapidly from his mind, he will not remember his time with Damien. He will not remember any knowledge that he gleaned from his celestial form. And slowly, over time, he remembers. And slowly over time, he'll just think it was a bad dream. A memory of a time that he can't really quite grasp. Much like his time in the basement before you rescued him.
Okay. I'm still gonna be over there crying.
Hey, hey, what's going on? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing, Carter. It's been a long day. Long week, rather.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help you, you know I'm here for you always.
Well, there's one thing. Tonight, when we go to sleep, could you sneak into Vesper's room and steal his underwear and throw him overboard? He's pretty much the reason why I'm crying. He's pretty much the reason why I'm crying right now.
Oh, it's his fault? I should have guessed. Fuck you, Vesper.
Yeah, he hasn't been the nicest.
I'll steal 2 pairs of his underwear. Fuck that guy.
Thanks, Carter. Yeah. Hmm.
That's it for me, DM.
All right. And with that, we will go ahead and end this short session right here. On our way to the port city to drop Stranger off, and then onward to more pressing issues, attempting to save Jenkins, because Lord knows what happened with him still. And Abby is still missing. Her third eye still blank with a bag over her head. You could return to the problems at hand. But the airship is still up in the air. The world is now your oyster, and you are freed from the burden of a powerful artifact. I could have potentially given you great boons, but also wrought terrible destruction upon the party. Nellis is still with himself as he twiddles with his artifact, some sort of gyro compass, as he watches the dials spin and turn. Moon, what is your character feeling after today's session?
I think she went to go walk the dog.
Oh.
You know, everything went smoothly.
Damien, what is your character feeling after today's session with everything that's happened?
Relieved, but also mind wandering at the same time about, you know, the request that he had received. He still doesn't entirely know all the ins and outs of the book. He just has it unscrambled.
That's true. Knowledge acquired to unscramble the book and be able to read the cipher may yet lead to more mysteries in an attempt to understand how to enchant various weapons and armors with skills and benefits. Vesper, how is your character feeling after today's events?
Oh. Indifferent. Happy to be rid of what could have potentially murdered us all. But little self-doubt, but also worried about our captain. As well as curious as to what he will find when we open the book of my cursed book that I have. So, a little indifferent on the day. Some ups, some downs, but definitely concerned with how some people are reacting.
Valmora? Reunited with Carter once again, how is Valmora feeling?
Valmoria is feeling exhausted. Utterly exhausted, mentally, spiritually, and physically. She is exhausted from being able to have experience in the crown, but also exhausted from endlessly wondering about Carter. And now that Carter is back in her grasp, she's relieved, but still exhausted, as she barely has the energy to fully devote her reunion with Carter. And she is excited and grateful for having the time to truly see the crew happy once again, or what seems satisfied. And with that, she'll be able to go to sleep tonight with one of the biggest smiles on her face that she's been able to have in a while.
Good deal. I can assure you that Nellis is peaceful right now. If anything, Nellis is refocused on what's important in the world. He let his greed get the better of him and during his last life again and put himself once again in trouble and the people around him in trouble. It's been a history for Nellis doing so. He's let his greed and his desire for his own ambition overcloud what's really important to him. And he swore to himself that he wasn't going to do it again. But yet here he is doing exactly that. He saw something shiny in the depths of a dungeon and he clambered onto it in the hopes of a quick buck, only for it to explode in his face and become the absolute bane of his existence. The artifact that Nellis carries, it points his way not to an object of desire, like so many other magic compasses, but it points the way to where he feels his life is best spent. He's constantly reminded about that as he sails this ship through the skies. He's disappointed in himself for letting him fall back into old habits. But he's renewed in his confidence that he can make amends for his other 6 lives, or his other 8 lives that he's had. At the end of the day, all Nellis ever wanted was to explore the world, to chart the uncharted, to leave his mark on history in the maps and the diagrams of history. It's the whole purpose of building this ship from the scrap shipwrecks in his home city, his hometown on the cliffs, far, far north. It was the whole point of him joining the Cartographers Guild. And he's wasted a lot of time not chasing what he's really after, because he was always chasing the quick pleasure and the quick buck. So, yeah. Him turning down respirations was in fact a type of penance almost. Foregoing some sort of other trinket or another treasure that might absorb his greed when he already has everything he's ever wanted in the palm of his hand. So that's how Nellis is feeling right now. And Stranger,
Bam.
well, Stranger got a free meal for just hanging out. A raging blue fire sword. Seems pretty cool for a fighter ranger, you know? Somebody who's a sellsword. It'd come in handy for him. Is there anything anybody else would like to do before we close today's session?
No?
That's it for me.
I'd like to look at my book. So whenever you get a chance to send me what would be inside of it.
I gotta do a little figuring on your book, Slow.
Yeah,
That was something that's something I forgot to do this last week, and was figure out
There's
what
no
your
rush
book
on it.
actually is gonna do for you. Ashley, are you back?
I am back.
Before we go ahead and close, how is Moon feeling after today's events? What's she feeling?
Conflicted and confused.
Yeah? How so?
Well, there was a magical crown that had it out for us. There's a stranger she's never met on the ship. She's never been in the air before. And this random star wanderer comes out from a portal, all things she's never seen before, shrinks down to average human height, I guess, or elven, because elvens are very tall, and gift everybody for something that she didn't even want.
That all does seem pretty weird, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
But hey, got some new clothes out of it.
Oh heck yeah. I got
How?
shiny robes.
Yeah, robes of starlight, increasing your AC, making you a little harder to hit in your monk form. How does Moon, who is by far probably one of the most religious characters on this in this party, how does she grasp the idea of a god above gods?
She has known that, or she has respected other religions. She knows that there are higher beings, and she accepts death as it is, as the all natural next step in your evolution of life. So, knowing that there is a higher being than death itself is not a ludicrous idea to her, yet it still questions, what there is after death.
So it maybe opened up her eyes to maybe an adventure beyond the next step.
Exactly. Everything is unknown, which has been her entire life, and she's comfortable in that.
I like that. All right, chat. Well, that's going to do it for episode 11 of... I almost said episode 11 of Ark of the Dragon God. Episode 11 of Edge of the Map Homebrew campaign. Our next episode will find us in the port city dropping Stranger off and whatever that may entail. So I hope you guys will come back next Sunday as we explore a brand new port city and all that it has to offer. In the meantime, I'm Fat Jolly Guy, and thank you guys so much for being a part of my adventures. And thank you all for being players in those said adventures. I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of the greatest joys of being a DM is making these worlds that you guys get to play in, but then seeing how you guys interact with that world and the desires of your characters and the feelings of those characters and what's truly important to you all. I will say that I am briefly surprised that the agreeance to part ways with the crown was as important to you all as it was to me. It really was a mistake of sorts. You see, I generate a list of items because sometimes you guys ask for things, right? You search bodies and you search chests, and I generated a list of items. And Nellis rolled an incredibly high roll when he searched some chest in some dungeon. And as I followed the list, I just got this crazy item that to Nellis probably wouldn't have done him any good. And it was able to mold and fold into this situation where it became a more pressing issue than all of the other problems of Aether's Landing. This threat, an idea of something even bigger and badder coming after you before you were all ready for it. It was unplanned even by me, you know? And to see how you all adapt to that situation and how you took care of it was amazing to see. So thank you all for being amazing players and amazing role players as you just took it all in stride, you know?
Well, thank you for being a great dungeon master.
I think you ended up rolling a 98 out of 100 on that roll, by the way.
I did roll a 98 out of 100. So that the higher the number on that list, the more wondrous the item is. So yes, a 98 out of 100.
You basically gave yourself the reality stone.
Basically, yes. Basically, I gave myself the reality stone. That's a great way of putting it. And now it is safely locked away beyond the hands of anybody. Because imagine if you all, for a moment, if you step back in time in today's episode, you all decided to keep the crown. The Wanderer would never have taken it from you. It is your choice. He is simply a Virgil, a guide, if you will, through your journey. And he gave you an alternative. One that would benefit him because he has so many other worlds and things that he watches over. So Star Wanderer is not a new NPC to me. Star Wanderer also occurred in another campaign that I was a part of. And he guided a party because what they were doing in their world affected other worlds. So he is like an omnipotent god of guidance. He doesn't control any one thing. He just simply watches over those in those worlds and makes sure that he keeps balance. You know? That one world isn't becoming overpowered from any other world. Yeah, exactly. He is a watcher. You know? So, anyway, if anybody else, does anybody else have anything else they would like to do before we go ahead and close today's session?
Nope.
All right. Chad, thank you all so much. I love your face, and we'll see you next Sunday for a continuation of episode 12 of Ark of the... God damn it, I said it again. Episode 12 of Edge of the Map. Thank you all.